Hi everyone, it's Sam and I'm back with another video for Lawn Fawn. Today I'm making a card with the brand new It's a Bird stamps and dies, wood grain backdrop stamps, the puffy cloud border dies, birch tree stencils, and mini pop-up box die set. I am starting my card like I always do by stamping my images, and I'm going to color them in with Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. I am using these colors in mustard and natural beige for the khaki hats and explorer bird hunting jackets. And I am just using my typical go-to, which is start with the dark in the shadow area, pull it out with the medium, and then I use my usually a third color to pull out the rest of the color. But these images are so small that instead I'm just using two colors for these, and I'm using the same principle though. Start with the darkest. I'm using platinum brown and vanilla for the mice, and I'm just going to start by putting the platinum brown darker shade all of the areas that I want to have a little bit of shadow, and then I'm using the vanilla color to pull it all out. And every once in a while I do use my water brush on the mice themselves, but since the areas to color are so small, there's not that much room, so I'm just using these two shades of markers to bring these little guys to life. I like to use these warm colors when I color critters because I feel like it kind of brings them to life. If I was going to use cool grays, I would use that, which I do use a fog gray on that little map there, spoiler alert. But I use cool gray for kind of like inanimate objects, and usually I do a warm gray for my little critters, but that's not anything I have set in stone. I decided to color cheeks for these little guys in light carmine and pale orange. I'm also doing those same colors for the ears, and then I'm going to color these. Oh, there's the fog gray in the map, sorry. And just a smidge of shadow on these binoculars with the platinum brown from the mouse. I'm going to be using light blue, Persian blue, and turquoise green to color in all these sweet little birds. I love these birds images. They're so sweet. I love the little textured feathers that they have. Just that, I mean, there's not too much detail, but it's just enough, especially with the little bellies partitioned off and a little bit of their heads. I was debating if I should color these little guys in reds and pinks, which obviously I will be making more cards with this set. But this time I went with blue, and I decided instead of coloring all of the birds the same blues, I was going to use the same three markers and color them all in different shades of blue. So some, as you can see, are a little bit more turquoisey, some are lighter, some are more royal blue, and I just think it makes a, pretty bouquet of blue birds for these little bird watchers. And I'm going to add in the vanilla color again all of the white areas on the birds. I'm just adding a little dash of that vanilla. Then I'm going to use bright yellow for the beaks of all the birds, and finish it off with the pink cheeks, same as the mice, in light carmine and pale orange. And those are the images. Easy. Next, I'm just showing you that I'm using the puffy cloud border dies to die cut the treetop from white cardstock. And for my card front, I'm using the birch tree stencils to create a little forest scene. I'm using fossilized amber and vintage photo for the trees. And these stencils are super fun because one is the trees and the other is the background. So I'm just using the negative of the stencil or the positive. I can't remember which one's which, but I'm lining them up so it covers all the images I just ink blended. And now I'm going to do the sky in peacock feathers and salvaged patina. And I love that you can create this entire scene without having to mask off what you've already ink blended. So I'm just using a light hand with the sky because the trees are so vibrant, and I'm doing a lot of ink blending coming up. Spoiler alert, a lot. Did I mention a lot of ink blending? I'm using Mowed Lawn and Twisted Citron for these treetop leaves, and just a hint of pine needles at the very top corner to make it darker. And I'm going to be using the same colors for my mini pop-up box. I'm taping off the rest of the mechanism and just leaving the tabs showing because they're going to be little treetops inside the card. And I'm using the same colors, Twisted Citron and Mowed Lawn. And then I am flipping it over and ink blending inside of the die cut as well. I should have done this for the outside of the box as well, but I wasn't thinking clearly. This is just something to know going forward. But I'm using the wood grain backdrops, and I'm stamping in walnut stain for when you open the card, it'll be a little tree that pops open, okay? And I should have done this on the other side too, but alas, I did not. I'm leaving the mask in place, the little tape mask in place, and I'm going to be using the same colors for the birch trees, Fossilized Amber and Vintage Photo, just to add a little bit of color so that we really give this little tree effect. And there you go, kind of looks like a tree already. Next, these are card pieces that are going to go inside my card, so when you open it. And this is when I lose feeling in my arm because I'm ink blending in Twisted Citron and Mowed Lawn and pine needles, and I'm doing that forever. And I've sped this up 100 times, not really, but it feels like it, because it took a long time to do all this ink blending. And I just kind of wanted it to be, you know, like a natural green space for my tree to go on inside the card. I am not splattering or anything. Shocking, I know. I thought about it, but I did not. All right, now we're going to put the box together. I'm using these tabs that are included in the die set, and I'm just folding over the scored edges. And now I'm folding over all the scored edges for the box itself. I'm folding all of the corners down and the little tabs so that when I go to close the card and it's all set, it works really well. And I'm going to attach these little tabs inside, kind of like when you make the other dice sets that Lawn Fawn sells. And we're going to close it like a book. So I'm attaching one end of each mechanism inside, and I'm going to, I'm going to glue down those inside pieces that we just ink blended, and that way I can glue down my box when it's ready. But first I'm going to show you how I add glue to the tabs, all of them folded over like a book. And now I can add some adhesive to the triangle pieces, the wood grain triangle pieces, and attach it, line up one corner of the box with the seam of the card, and it pops up and it's perfect. And I love it. And now I'm thinking, oh wait, I have to set up my card the way it's actually going to open because I can't open it left or right, and then the inside seam is up and down. So I'm going to be adding, decorating inside the box. I glued that little bird on top of his hat, and he's going to go inside the box like he's popping up in the tree looking for these birds. And he's looking down at his map, where are the birds? And guess what? They're on his head and flying all around him, but he can't see it. The other birds I'm attaching in the box with tiny little strips of acetate, so it looks like they're flying around. I did have trouble attaching these, which is why I kind of go off camera for a little bit, but the glue kept sticking to my fingers, and it was a rough patch, but I do win the war of paper. And yeah, so I'm still gluing the birds with the acetate to the box, and then this one bird I'm putting on the treetop, and this last one I'm just putting on inside, and you can kind of see how he finishes off the scene. Now we're going to put together my card front. I am popping up the treetop here with foam tape, and everything else is glued directly down except for this one little guy with the bird on his hand, which is my favorite character. I couldn't decide where I wanted the birds to go. You're going to see me moving them around 35 times. And I finally am like, wait, where's my sentiment going? And that will help me decide where the birds are going to go. And that is what did the trick in the end. Next, I'm just heat embossing the sentiment in white onto some black licorice cardstock. And then I'm going to attach that to the treetop as well. And that's my card front. And I'm almost done. I'm thinking here, I'm done. All right. No, I forgot. I wanted to stamp those cute little music notes by the bird and inside as well. And now we're done. And this is the card, and I think it's so sweet. Look at him with a bird on his hand, and then you pop it open, and you've got the bird singing in the corner at the top, and this little guy in the treetop with the birds, kind of like, where are they? But they're all over him and on him, and I think it's so sweet. Thank you so much for joining me as I make this card, and I hope you had fun. Be sure to check it out on the Lawn Fawn blog, and have a great day. Bye!